Go ahead, Shabbat. Go ahead.
All right, Khan. Shalom. Before we start, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, HaKadosh.
Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us the truth, that rule well and teach well, and also shalom. Salutations to the brothers out there that are laboring in this work as well. You know, the brothers of the hopeful elect. So we're the brothers of Great Millstone, Montreal, you know, back out here once again to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom and to uplift our Lord Yahushai, man. You know, because this kingdom, the kingdom of the so-called white man, you know, which his true term or, you know, nationality is that he's an Edomite, man. They're known as the Edomites in the scriptures. You know, he's not white, he's not Caucasian, he's not German, but he's an Edomite. You know, they descend from a man named Esau, you know, making them the Edomites. And they're the ones that are ruling the earth right now, man. They're in possession of the earth right now. And it was given to them by the Lord, you know, but they're not going to be in possession of the earth forever, man. They're not going to be in that lofty state of rulership forever, man. You know, they're going to be taken out. And we're at that time now where their rulership is coming to an end.
This is Daniel 2. I'll start at verse 40. It says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron."
Right, so this is what we're going into is Nebuchadnezzar's dream that was shown to him by the Lord, man, Yahweh. You know, and that dream was basically you know, a summary of different kingdoms that were going to rule the earth, man. You know, different nations. You know? You got it.
It says, verse 40, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron." Jump up, okay? I'm gonna jump up to verse 31.
Right, and this dream is so heavy, we're living in it right now too. You know, we're still in that dream. You know.
It says, "Thou, O King, sawest and behold a great image.
Right.
This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible."
Right. So what Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream was an image, you know, a statue, but he couldn't make out the interpretation of that image or what that dream meant, you know. And then he tried, you know, when you read the story, he tried to seek out somebody that was able to interpret that dream to him, you know, and nobody was able to interpret that dream amongst his wise men, you know, amongst his counselors, man, or those that interpreted other dreams, you know. But there was one man that was able to interpret that dream, and it was Daniel, you know.
It says, verse 32, "This image's head was of fine gold,
Right.
his breast and his arms of silver,
Right.
his belly and his thighs of brass,
Right.
his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay.
Right.
Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces."
Right. Jump to the interpretation. So what was in that dream was a statue that had different precious metals throughout the, you know, throughout the statue's body, man. The head, the breast, you know, the legs, and then the feet, man. You know, which all those metals were symbolic to different kingdoms, you know, as we're going to read.
Yeah, I'm going to jump down to verse 36. It says, "This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
That's right.
Thou, O king, art..."
And if I may add too, because not many people know, you know, because this is it's a dark saying, man, you know, because the statues, you know, and the metals, that's symbolism, man. And not many people can understand that. Only if the Lord is, you know, has opened your mind to understand it, man. You know, in depth.
It says, "Thou, O king, art king of kings.
Right.
For Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory.
Right.
And whatsoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the flowers of the heaven hath he given into thy hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold."
Right. So the head of gold is speaking about Nebuchadnezzar, the one that had the dream. You know. So the gold, the gold part of that statue, the head, the beginning of that statue was Nebuchadnezzar. You know, and Nebuchadnezzar ruled the Babylonian, you know, the ancient Babylonian Empire, man. You know, so that head or that golden part of the statue is speaking about the Babylonian Empire.
It goes on and says, verse 39, "And after thee shall arise another kingdom,
Right.
inferior to thee,
Right.
and another third kingdom of brass."
Right. So that kingdom that came after Nebuchadnezzar that was inferior to the Babylonian Empire was the Median Persian Empire, man. And then like the metals we're going into, right? Gold, and then it says silver, right? Gold, silver, that's a downgrade. That's why I said inferior. And when you go into that word inferior, a couple words are less in status, less in quality. Look it up. But the Medo-Persian Empire was less of value than the Babylonian Empire. Was less glorious than the Babylonian Empire, man.
This is the word inferior in the regular Google. It says lower in rank, status, or quality.
Right, so it's lower in rank, status, and quality, man. But throughout the whole dream, the statue, the whole thing, it kept getting worse and worse, man. It kept getting less, more and more inferior, in value.
It says, and another third kingdom of brass,
right,
which shall bear rule over all the earth.
Right, so that third kingdom of brass is symbolic to the Greeks, the kingdom of the Greeks, which was headed by Alexander the Great, man. But that's brass, which is inferior, more inferior than silver,
It goes on and says, verse 40,
right,
and the fourth kingdom shall...
Right, because if I may add too, because, it got more wickeder and wickeder, because when the Edomites, the Greeks, when they hopped on the scene, scriptures speak about how that,
evil was multiplied.
Evils were multiplied in the earth. They didn't say that about, the Babylonians or the Medo-Persians. That was only said about the Edomites because they are the wicked. Those are the people, the nation of people that's basically created to introduce wickedness to the world, man.
Not introduce, how to expand wickedness in the world.
Right. Being the border of wickedness.
Right. So they expand wickedness. They're the one that expanded wickedness into the world, man. They took it there, so to speak.
It goes on and says, verse 40, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
Right, and that fourth kingdom is also another kingdom of the Edomites, man, which is the Romans.
It says, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things,
right,
and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Right, and that was the empire that took over, the Grecian Empire, man, the Greeks. It was the Romans,
It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Right.
But there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Right, so we're at the toes now. The toes of that statue, which we're living in the toes right now. And then it says it was divided, right? That's speaking about the rulership that we're in right now. America, NATO and the EU.
It goes on and says, verse 42, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay,
right,
so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
That's right.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave to one another, even as iron is now mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom,
right,
which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and shall stand forever.
That's right. So after America, has ran its course with ruling, there will be another kingdom set up, and that's not another Edomite kingdom. That's the kingdom of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. That's the next kingdom, to rule the earth, man. Forever, right?
Yeah, this is Daniel 7 and verse 18.
Right.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
That's right. So once Yahweh Shai's kingdom is established, that's not going to be overthrown by any other kingdom, man, or any other nation. Because that was what was supposed to really, rule the earth in the first place, man. It says that in 2nd Ezra, man, because the earth was really given or created for the nation of Israel's sake, man. They were the ones that the earth was created for. know, so it's only right that they're supposed to be in rulership, man. But that's not the case right now, you know.
We're not talking about those guys in the land now. We're talking about the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true Israelites.
Right. Yeah.
And that's something. Ecclesiastes 10:5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler.
Right. So right now it appears to be an evil, man. You know, like a glitch, like an error. You know. You got it.
Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Right. So folly, you know, that word folly just means foolishness. It's set in great dignity. It's highly exalted, man. You know, and the rich sit in low place. So foolishness is exalted in this kingdom, man. You know, but then you have those that are actually honored, honorable, sitting despised, man. Wisdom is despised, right, in this kingdom, and folly is exalted.
The lack of regard for the Heavenly Father and the Son, the Shut.
Right.
They try to disannul the importance of the Heavenly Father, the Son, the Shai. You know, put no importance, like they don't even exist.
Right.
And like the brother said, there's those that stand stiffly for their names. The names, the heavenly names of Yahweh, Shai.
Right. For righteousness' sake, man.
They're reading the base, you know?
Right. And that's an error. It's not supposed to be like that. You know? It's actually supposed to be the other way around, man. You know? But that's why I said it's an error. It's something that's a glitch. It's like, what happened here? You know?
I have seen servants upon horses.
Right. So servants are empowered. You know, that's what that horse symbolizes. That's where you get the term horsepower. You know? So servants, those that are supposed to be in subjection to others, are actually in the power seat. They're in authority. You know?
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Right. And princes, those that are supposed to be honored and exalted, are actually abased, you know, and dishonored and disrespected. You know? Yeah.
As it says, we are the offscar of the earth. Revelation 6 and 2 pertain to Yahushua.
The Israelites have to learn how to be princes. Right? Because Jake has left from that princely mindset. They don't think like princes. They really think like, that's what the scriptures say, is Jacob a horn-born slave. Because they're moving in the mindset of slaves, man. Low level, baser people. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at our forefathers, let's deal with Daniel, right? He was on a high level. Right. That's why with Daniel, the first chapter, okay, dealing with how he took out the chief men and such and such, because we were on a higher level than these other nations. Okay? Everywhere. You understand? Read that, go ahead. Okay, we're fine. Got it? Yeah? Okay, go ahead.
This is Daniel 1 and verse 3. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom.
Skillful in all wisdom. Okay? That means they understood, you know, psychology, they understood about the animals, you know, they understood how to interpret dreams, right? Prophecy, dark scenes. They were well-rounded individuals, man. Right? Jake nowadays is not well-rounded. We were not even grown up to be well-rounded. You understand what I'm saying? And to know certain things. We learned that when we came into the truth. We started to learn things. That, you know, geography and, you know, become history majors and things like that, right? So now we can talk to you know, history scholars about certain things, right? Or geography, you know, so we should know geography. Brothers should know geography to some extent. Okay? That's what it means by they were well-rounded. Read that again.
It says, verse 4,
Mathematics, science, languages, right? Well, that's when you deal with a prince. He's tutored in those things. He's tutored in those things from a child up.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But Jake, you go to the Israelite schools, I'm talking about the so-called blacks and Native Americans, you got, well, especially if you, let's deal with America, right? Let's deal with America. Okay? Because America is like a perfect example of the position of Israelites in the world. Right? You go to the American so-called black schools and Latino schools, that's a low-level school.
They're not. The curriculum is on a low level. They don't care if the children really pass. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, obviously they're not going to be well-rounded when it comes to knowledge. Okay, you go to the Edomite school, it's not like a private Edomite school.
Right.
It's on, that school is on a way higher level.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
And they care about whether the children pass. You got to work to a certain standard.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So ultimately, there's a big difference.
Right.
Okay. So what happens is an Edomite will come out with more. The average Edomite will have more, you know, knowledge than the average Jake, because the average Jake is not learning shit in the school system. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just an example. So now back in the ancient world, you had tutors, right? We had tutors that would teach you everything that you need to know. They're not teaching you about what's so folly in the school system today.
For men and girls, men can be men. Men can be boys.
Well, let's deal with the science, right? They'll go into science, but then they'll tell you about the world is 1 billion years old, or teach you things that are not even real. It's just theology. Theory. Right?
The Big Bang.
Right.
Look for monkeys.
It says, verse 4, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning and knowledge and understanding science,
Science, right?
and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans.
Wow. Right. So he said, read that again. He understood the king's tongue. Read that again.
It says, in whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans.
Right. Because they wanted to benefit from your knowledge. Right? They didn't just put them in that position for no reason. They wanted to benefit from their knowledge. Okay? Go ahead. So that was the level that our forefathers were on. Right. Okay? And Daniel was wise from a child. He wasn't wise at all. He was wise from the time he was a child. Okay?
It shows you that in the Susanna. Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I had planted thee a noble vine, and woolly right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Right. Yahweh Shemel Shai planted us to be a noble vine, to be a noble people. Right? But Jake is not moving like nobility. Right? Look up the word noble. Okay? Jake is not moving like nobility right now. Jake is moving like peasants. You understand what I'm saying? And they like that. To them that's cool. To them that's well, they honor that. Right?
What block they're from?
Huh?
What block they're from?
Say it again?
The block. What block they're from?
But you know, it's a thing of, you know, you're on a certain level of, you have a certain level of decorum, you go to work or whatever, you start the business. Jake will call you a square. That's not a compliment. Calling you a square, that's not a compliment to Jake. Okay? Go ahead.
That's it.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
This is the word noble in the etymology online.
I tell these Jakes, I'm a square. No? Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is the word noble in the etymology online. It says illustrious, distinguished, of higher rank.
Of higher rank. See, Jake is not acting like they're of higher rank. Jake is acting like they're of lower rank. Okay? That's why you got these samples now. Right? Because they're trying to gain favoritism with Esau, because they look at Esau like he's of a higher rank. See? Go ahead.
Of higher rank or birth.
Yep.
It says from Old French, of noble bearing or birth.
Noble bearing or birth. So naturally, we're a noble people. Okay? Naturally, we're a higher people. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7:6. You got it?
14.
Okay.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai thy power. And the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai had chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth.
Right, so we were a special people unto him. The Israelites are special people unto the Lord. Okay? So we're supposed to be acting like a special people. Okay? We're not supposed to be acting like degenerates that the mass majority of these jakes you see. Okay? And guess what? Esau gave you your culture that you have now. They gave it to you, right? How? Through the media. Okay? There's a reason why we always bring it up. Sexy Red Sukiana. These people were created, man. What do you think, man? I remember a video. Sukiana wasn't talking how she was talking in that video. She was talking like a whole different person. She's like, yeah, I sold my. Yeah, she did because Jake is gonna do what they feel they have to do to get rich, which is that's degenerate in itself.
Right. Yeah, man.
Money is not everything. That's what Jake is. Yo, it's not get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. What about moral standards, man?
Or is that the rich are ways to seek love?
Right. But that's the Esau's way. That's the so-called white man's way, man.
Right.
Get it by any means. Well, that's what the Native Americans used to say. They used to say the white man holds nothing sacred. What does it mean? He holds nothing sacred. That means he'll kill it. He'll do anything to get ahead,
Right.
regardless of morality.
Yeah, the means justify the end.
The means justify the end. Okay? So we're not supposed to think like that. But you have Jake's, the average Israelite you see, that's what they think exactly like that. Okay?
Just like the end justifies the
So the end justifies the
end justifies the
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So
So
like,
I knew what you meant.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
This
Go
is
ahead.
Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them.
Right. The way of the wicked seduceth them. Who's the wicked? The Edomites.
Yeah.
Okay? He showed you the wicked. Where's the sign of the wicked?
Yeah. Oh.
He's telling you every week who the wicked is, man. Okay? Their ways are seducing you to go the wrong path, man. All right? Go ahead. Okay.
Matthew 4:8. Again, the devil taking him up into an exceeding high mountain and showing him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. And he said unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. So again, that's what the seducing. Our people were seduced by the glory, the lights, what Satan had to offer. Okay, but Yahushua said, then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shall thou serve.
That's right. That's right. So you know, to bow down to Satan, that's how you get by in this world. That's how you get ultimately not by, but how you get ahead, get on a high level, right? So Jake is going to do that, which I shared that video about Mike Tyson. What he was saying, he said, if you're in trouble, no, what do you say? No, not if you're in trouble. All these things that are happening to you proves that you're favored by God. But if you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. That's what he was telling to Nganu, right? And then he said, "Yeah, you gotta leave with the person you came with." What is he telling you? He's telling you that basically he sold his soul.
Wow.
All them people in Hollywood, to get to that level, you gotta go to the left-hand side, man. You gotta go to Satan, man. That's how they got where they're at, the riches and the fame, man. Okay. So and notice a lot of their children end up dead. Hey, that goes back to Moloch, man. Right? What is it called? The offering of the firstborn, something like that.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah. And then you notice it's always the firstborn. A lot of times it's the firstborn that goes back. Go ahead.
Listen on that.
Another definition of seducer.
Go ahead.
I think in the Hebrew, it says to err, to wander, go astray, stagger, to err, to wander about of intoxication, of sin, wandering of the mind, to be made to wander about, to be made to stagger, to be led astray. It says to cause to wander of intoxication, to cause to err.
Yeah, you're being led astray through the enticement of these riches and fame, right? From this riches, being on top of this world, right? That's how you're being led astray. Okay, it's like the carrot to the horse, right?
It says to cause to err, mislead, mentally or morally.
Right, mislead mentally or morally. Okay, see what I'm saying? So that's what Satan is here to do, right? And those that are of the elect, they're not going to go astray to the left hand or the right hand when it comes to that. Okay? Yeah, you're going to have your hiccups. It's a battle. You're going to lose certain fights in the battle, but ultimately you're not going to forsake Yahweh Shem Yahushua to follow the ways of Satan. It's going to lead you to destruction anyway. Right? trust me. You know, you're not going to win going that way.
Yeah.
Okay? Go ahead.
I mean, that's why scriptures say it's a precept and promise says, enter not into the path of the wicked. You know, so don't take that route. You know, don't be fully immersed in that route.
Right.
It's an evil path, man.
Yeah. It said pass not by it.
And it shows you how you see these rappers or these entertainers, how they come up in the game, how they start, and how you see their end. They're through, man. You can see it in their face, their countenance. It's all darkened. See, they've been, you know, they say the industry used them and spat them up.
Right.
You know?
Jakes that keep climbing in there, they get reaching the highest heights. They didn't have an album in 20 years.
Yeah.
But they're still everywhere. They're relevant.
Yeah.
You know, like Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent.
You know, Jay-Z.
Lil
Right?
Wayne.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne's always making music. He's still sold out. You know?
Yeah.
But it never ends up good for them guys. Man. They're always on the news, you know, as the next villain, you know?
Yeah.
Or something. Or they lose their money in some way.
But they suddenly die.
Yeah. Or yeah, they die, right? Go ahead.
Because one of the definitions was drunk, stagger.
Be intoxicated.
Yeah. Jeremiah 51:7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, Yahweh Shai's hands, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Nations are mad. The nations are crazy, man. Because they drunk of the wine of Babylon, man. Okay?
This is Proverbs 16:29. A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him in the way that is not good.
Well, someone that's not for your good. That's someone that ultimately is looking for your hurt.
You know, right, demise.
Yep.
Wow.
The end of thought is to cast you down. The hope is to cast you down from your excellency.
That proves Esau's your enemy, because just the fact they gave you this gangster rap music and they promoted it like that was a snare to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Right? Is the end goal favorable to you? No. So that means he's your enemy. Okay.
And he works with gradualism. You know, it started out with being conscious, and then it went to conscious to being violence,
Right.
and then went from violence to Lil Uzi Vert, and then from Lil Uzi Vert they got Sexy Red,
Right,
and
right.
all those demons.
Right, it
in
was
there.
built up.
It was a build up to degeneracy.
Right. Right. You know. Right.
Like the serpent's poison. It's slow but deadly.
Right. And the scriptures speak about violence men are exalted. That's why he exalts these individuals. You know?
Walk on every side.
It's not about talent. Right? Talent is, I guess, a part of it, you know, part of the allure, but you know, you've got to have more than talent, man. You got to be willing to be that negative image, man.
There was a video that we seen. A brother showed up a long time ago. I've seen it. The brother was saying how even to make it in the industry, there's a guy you have to go see, the wizard. You have to go see the wizard. You know, and the wizard, he sets up a line of people that come in to see. Okay, it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't matter about the talent. It's how wicked you're far to go. You know, they give. There's a horse and a baby. Are you willing to do to get down with those two? If not, if you say no, you won't come back again. If you say yes, hey, you got a contract next month. You know? So it's all about wickedness. How deep you're willing to go into the dark side.
Yeah. Well, it shows it's not about talent. You can get talent if you sell yourself.
Yeah.
It can enhance your talent. Okay. The guy who made the movie,
The
the song The Crossroads. Remember his name? John. I think it's John something. Right. But ultimately, man, he made a song about selling his soul to the devils. You know? So, and then they said that he was a terrible guitarist. He wasn't on no levels, and then he came back. And all of a sudden, he's
Jimi
top
Hendrix.
of that. Right? He's the tops.
Psalms 12 and 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
Yeah, that's it. That's why there's wickedness all over the place, man. All these people are wicked, man. Right? So what do? We try to avoid these people, man. Yeah. We're not trying to be around these people, man. There's a little more wickedness that comes from these individuals, man. You understand? Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Psalm 62 and I'll start at verse 3. It says, how long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellence. They delight in lies, they bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Salam.
And our excellency is what? You know, the nation of Israel's excellency is nobility, man. You know, but the whole MO of the Edomites, the so-called white man, is to cast us down from that.
Yes.
You know, to see us abased.
That's right.
You know, that's why in Psalms 83 it says, you know, that they may cut them off from being a nation, man. You know, so they want to cut us off from us knowing who we are. You know, from us knowing that we're actually royalty and nobility. You know,
Right.
you know, they want us to be
No people.
no people, man.
Right. Because when we left from Yahweh Shai, or matter of fact, when he cast us off, we were considered a no people.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, when you depart from Yahweh Shai, it's like you're no people.
Right.
Because what nation do you belong to? You really don't belong to those other nations. Okay?
Lo ami.
What I mean? Yeah. Right?
And that makes us weak, man.
Yeah, it's it. Yes, it.
You know, and that makes us weak, us being the no people, because we're left stranded, man. Like it says in the Judith 5:20, if these people be
With the Lord.
with the Lord, the Lord is going to be with them. But if they're not with the Lord, we're basically weak, man. You know, we're gonna be dealt with treacherously by these other nations. You can deal with them however you want to deal with them, because they're just left stranded. Nobody can look over them. You know,
Right.
and the Lord speaks about the hedge too. You know, Isaiah 5. You know,
Yeah, history shows that. All over history, it shows how when we departed from the Lord, we were taken over and led into captivity. But when we turned to the Lord, He came and delivered us.
right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
This is the book of Lamentations 4 and verse 1. It says, how is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, are the esteemed as earthen pitchers.
Right, showing you even when it speaks about it shall make a man more precious than fine gold. It's not talking about the heathen. Ultimately, it's talking about the Israelites of the elect. You know? Because we were comparable to fine gold, right? Okay, so he's going to make us comparable to fine gold again when the society collapses. They're going to see the importance of having a man that Yahweh Shai is dealing with. You know?
That's why coming back to the truth, following after Yahweh Shai, that builds up that gives you back your self-esteem, that gives you back your manhood, that gives you back a positive image of yourself,
Right.
knowing that as it says, it classified you as a precious gold. But it gives you, like, you realize your value in the eyes of the Lord, not in the eyes of the world.
Not under the eyes of Esau that
Yeah,
told
that's it.
you that you were worthless.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because that's what he did. He basically told us, you know, you're not worth nothing. Look at you. You know, because what did they teach us? They only teach us about what happened to us as a nation, slavery. You know, that's the only thing they really push, man. But there's more to the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans than just slavery.
We have the most vast history,
Right.
The greatest history amongst all the nations.
They give you Black History Months.
Yeah.
And that's just so you can watch the old movies. What's that
12
movie?
Years a Slave?
12 Years a Slave. The foolish movies with Ice Cube and all that. Bad Boys in the Hood, shit like that. You know, that's your
That's
culture.
it.
That's you guys. You know?
Are we there yet?
Yeah. Are we there yet?
Go ahead.
It says, verse 2, the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, are the esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter.
That's it. All right, so you Jake's got to first get in the state of princes, right? And that's going to start with the elect. This is why the Lord is chiseling us, putting us through the fire to be purified, so we could be true princes. Because we got to be perfect.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The Heavenly Father said what? We are gods, right? You see what I'm saying? So why? Because we're the sons of God. So if we're the sons of God, we got to be perfect. We got to represent Him perfect. So all these different negative traits that all of us have has to get weeded out, burnt out, right? So that what? We can be purified and then we can be fit to be rulers, right? Okay? Go ahead.
This is Matthew 5 and verse 48. It says, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect."
So the Lord, He requires perfection. Right? You know what I'm saying? So everything that we know that we gotta deal with, we better deal with it, right? Right? Because we're coming down to the wire, right? When you go down to the Revelations, it speaks about how, you know, you're doing this right, you're doing that right when you're speaking to the 7 churches, right? But I have one odd with you. I have one odd against you, right? You're not doing such and such. Okay? So showing you what the Lord is, He's not playing, man. He wants perfection, man. Matter of fact, get some of the churches in Revelation, all right? And how the Lord said what He said to them. Okay, so it's time to get serious, man. Right? If you're in a rut, what happened?
Brother Rakwai says shalom.
Hey, shalom, Akir. Shalom, Akir. All right? But you know, when you're in a rut, if you're in a rut now, you better get out that rut. Okay? We're not the time to be staying in those spiritual rut. All right? Make a video. You better start doing your videos as much as you know that the Lord gave you them talents, man. Okay? Because you don't want the Lord to take them talents away. And then you left out there in Jacob's trouble with no talents, man. See? No oil. Go ahead.
How's that word perfect? In Matthew 5, it says in the Greek it's teleios. It says brought to its end, finished, wanting nothing necessary to completeness. Perfect, that which is perfect. Consummate human integrity and virtue of men, full grown adult.
Well, there's not, listen, as long as we're in this flesh, right, and we don't have those new bodies, there's always going to be mistakes. Yeah, right. Okay, there's always going to be particular flaws that come up. But there's a particular point that Yahweh Shai wants us to reach before we're changing. You understand what I'm saying? There's a particular end goal, an end result that the Lord wants from each individual of us to reach before we're changing to that level. Right. Okay? So you got to do that, and you know what needs to be changed. It's not a thing also, I don't know. Know ye not your own selves? Probably got to tell you, oh no, well, you tell me about, well, guess what? How about you figure out your flaw? Because you know better than me. You understand? Brothers ain't got no camera, you know. There's certain things brothers can see that you can't see that brothers will tell you or whatever, you know. But ultimately, there's certain things you should know. Right? Who's reading?
It says, consummate human integrity and virtue of men, full grown, adult, of full age, mature.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So you gotta knock off all those challenges, those things that was bothering you at the end of your walk, those things that you were going through at the end of your walk, at the beginning of your walk rather, excuse me. That should be not a challenge anymore. That should be you should be well past that. Okay? And moving forward to another level. Because you can only get to that other level if you pass those first levels. Right? You don't have a video game, you don't get all the things you need. The first level, you just skip to the seventh level. You only have the third level. It doesn't work that way. So you got to go to the third level because it might be something in the third level that you need to get the person in the fourth level. Right? A particular sword or whatever you need to destroy a particular person in the fourth level. So this is exactly how the spiritual walk is, man. We gotta get what we need to get each part, or you're not really growing. Okay? You're at the plateau, man. Go ahead.
In the Strong's it says complete applications of labor, growth, mental and moral character.
Mental and moral character. Okay? So it's an internal thing. Right. Okay?
It said the word was Thelios?
Yeah, Teleios.
Okay.
Because I think that goes into even Theos, no?
No, I don't think it's called. Is it? No, it's Thelios.
Thelios, okay.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 20. It says, brethren, be not children in understanding, howbeit in malice be ye children, but understanding be men.
Right. So you're supposed to also grow in wisdom and understanding. Okay? But for you to grow in understanding, right, you really got to go to the next level. Because the understanding, it lies in experience, right? The true understanding and wisdom. Like, really understanding of the scripture really lies in the wisdom, right? That you get from the experience, right? So if you're not at that next level, okay, you can learn certain things, but, to really understand certain things, right, you got to experience certain things, right?
If I may add, I think it's the precept in the Bible that says try what is good for you and what is not, so experience, you get that experience basically,
Yeah.
to know what's good, what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with.
Go ahead, behind you have something?
This is Hebrews 12 and 11. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Yeah. So the chastening of the Lord sometimes it's just to build you up. Sometimes it's just to get you on another level. Okay? You understand? But if you're not willing to go through that, and then also glean the understanding that he's trying to give you from it, alright? You're not gonna get to the next level. And you may have to go through that again. You may have to go through something similar again. Right? Until you get to that next level, until you accomplish it. Right. Keep going through this. Well, you might keep going through it because you ain't past that level yet, man. When you don't beat the king, when you don't beat the boss, what happens? You go back to the beginning, right? So you gotta keep doing it again. You see, when you come in here with a different angle, you see,
Right, yeah.
See what sword I gotta get. Oh, then you find the chest. That was what I need to find. Okay, then you defeat that level, and now you have what you need for the next level. Right? The necessary abilities, right? Okay?
I mean, I think that you might approach that next level with the same mindset that you acquired from that, from trying to accomplish that other level, man.
And it's not sufficient. Right. It's not sufficient. Right? Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 3 and 18. But we all, with open
And it can
face,
destroy. So the Yahweh knows what he's doing. And that's person that you even keep having all them chances.
Yeah.
You keep coming up. You're lucky you don't have 2 lives, man. Look, you don't have 3 lives. You know what I'm saying? They just take away everything and go back to the beginning. You're lucky that you stay on that level. You know what I'm saying?
Mario,
I said it, Mario.
yeah, he could fly, and if he got hit, he become a regular man, then he got hit, and he becomes little,
if you get hit, you die.
Yeah, numerous lives. You get knocked out. Right? What if the Lord take everything? The Lord wants growth, man. He spoke about the tree. Give me the tree that didn't bear the figs, man.
Wow. Even at the wedding, the guy that showed up with the wrong garment, he wasn't given another chance to go change, And the Lord cast him into utter dirt, so that's it, You're not getting to try again,
But why? Because he was at the wedding. He was at the hours when Yahushua came.
Yeah.
So you got to be on that level before.
Yeah.
You got to have the garment beforehand.
That's it.
You understand?
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late, man. This is all grace. This is all grace that we got here, man. What you got, man?
And this is the book of Matthew 21, in verse 19. And it reads, let's start at verse 18. It says, now in the morning as he returned into the city, he hungered. And when he saw a fig tree on the way, he came to it and found nothing thereon, but leaves only, and said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforward forever. And presently the fig tree withereth away. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, how soon is the fig tree withered away?
Yeah. Right? So, because Yahushua was vexed, you know, showing Yahushua is an austere man, and he doesn't tolerate you not doing what you're supposed to be doing, man. A fig tree is supposed to bring forth figs, man. And if it's not bringing forth figs, what's the point of it being there, man? Right? If you're supposed to be one of the trees that Yahushua had, that Yahweh planted, right? And you're not bringing forth fruit, one of the fruit trees, it's a fruit tree specifically, and you're not bringing forth fruit, then what use are you in this ministry? See?
Go ahead.
This is the book of Luke 13 and verse 5. Verse 6. He spake also this parable. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came and sought fruit thereon and found none. Then said he unto the dresser of his vineyard, Behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down. Why cumbereth it the ground?
Yeah, why is it here? If it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Right? Go ahead.
And he answering said unto him, Lord, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig about it and dung it. If it bear fruit, well. But if not, then thou shalt cut it down.
Right, so he gave it a year, gave it some time. All right? And if he came back to check it out and it wasn't doing what it's supposed to, let's cut it down, man. Let's take everything from it, right? And give it to somebody who, you know what I mean? Who's gonna bear fruit, right? Yes or no?
Yeah, this is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Say something?
For those that don't have the proper garments, that don't have the proper doctrine, they're not covered out. Yahweh Shai wants you to be covered. You're not meeting the expectations that he has for you. Yeah. Really, it's because you rebelled. You know, the Lord, not like the Lord didn't give you the tools, or didn't give you the warnings. You rebelled the warning. You're trying to do your own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the vanity of man, you know?
Did exactly what
You got it. I like this, I like doing it like this. The Lord said, nah, this is the way you got to go. I don't care how uncomfortable it seems to you. It's needful for you to do this way. It's needful. Okay? Nobody said you're going to be comfortable. Right? And the only way to grow anyway is to get out of your comfort zone. That's the only way to grow. That's what I mean.
This is the book of John 15, and I'll start at verse 4. It says, Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. It says, No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing.
Yeah, without me, you can do nothing, man. Without Yahushua, you can do nothing, but you have to abide in him. Okay? Meaning you gotta constantly be supping with him. You know? And how do you sup with him? You gotta knock on the door. Because you speak about knocking on the door, right? Right? First it says what? He will knock on the elder. The elder in Texas just did a lesson on that, right? First he knocks on the door for you, but then later you gotta be knocking on the door, man. You gotta want it. You gotta want to get closer to your Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? So it means when you abide. Look at the word abide.
In the Greek, it says meno. It says to remain, abide.
To remain. Go ahead.
In reference to place, to sojourn, tarry, not to depart, to continue to be present.
Continue to be present. But you see, if your mind is drifting away into the world with this and that and the third, right? Then you're not as present as you once were. So you got to get back on that path, man. Right. Okay. Right. Really, you should have the same fervency that we had when we first came into this, when we first heard the truth. Huh? Remember your first love, man. Okay? It's not supposed to get old. That's supposed to really get renewed day by day. You know what I'm saying? But
It says to be present, to be held, kept continually, in reference to time, to continue to be, to not perish, to last, endure, of persons, to survive, live.
right, that's it.
It says, verse 6, John 15 and 6. If any man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered. And men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned.
That's it. You know, if he doesn't abide, if he doesn't stay in the house shop. Okay?
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
You gotta trust in him, no matter the situations that you're in. It may seem a particular way, but you gotta keep that trust. Okay? As much time as you go through it, you know, it'll be an exercise, but you gotta go through it the right way, with the right mindset. Alright? Go ahead. You more on that?
Verse 6, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
Yeah, you shall direct thy path. You don't know what that is. Go ahead.
Be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil.
Yeah, fear the Lord and depart from evil, man. Fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, something like that. No, that's not right. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. You know that's not right. Fear the Lord and depart. Okay? But that's the thing. I don't know how people get caught up in that shit. You gotta be, well, it's through the grace of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. A lot of these things go a particular way, but there's always something that should be throwing you off and say, nah, this is not a woman.
Not right, yeah.
If the spirit is on you, you're gonna say, nah, something's off with this individual. So women, they have a spirit of a woman. They don't have a spirit of a woman. They're acting like it. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you got?
James 4 and 8. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you.
Yeah.
Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
Yeah. Yeah. Read that again.
James 4 and 8. Draw nigh to the Most High.
Start at 6 or 5, see what it says.
Okay. James 4 and 5. Do ye think the scripture said in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusted to envy? But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, the Most High resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. Submit yourselves therefore to the Most High, and resist the devil.
Submit yourself to the Most High. So when the Most High is trying to tell us to do something, we're supposed to submit to it. Okay? When he's showing you, because he's showing you, well, you know you got to do this better. You know you got to do that better. And you might even say, I got to do this better. Well, are you doing it? Are you submitting yourself to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai? This is what you got to think about, man. There's only so much time you say, I got to do better. You understand what I'm saying? There's only so much time we should be saying, we got to do better. But before we do better. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, even Jonas, he didn't want to submit himself to the Lord, trying to run away from his responsibilities. The Lord put him on a mission he didn't want to go to, but he still ended up having to do it because you can't escape the hand of the Lord. If the Lord chooses you to work, you're gonna have to work.
Have to work. Submit. It's in the Greek. It's hypotosos. It says to arrange under, to subordinate. It says to subject oneself, obey, to submit to one's control.
Oh, obey. Scripture speak about obey better than sacrifice. Alright? Obeying is better than sacrifice. Right? So the scripture speak about that, man. So that obedience is important, man. Okay? You gotta be able to, you can hear the messages, man. Right? You know the messages, man. Alright? And anything else that you don't see in you, it's gonna be revealed unto you.
We're speaking once here, twice.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
There's more. Go ahead.
So to submit to one's control, to yield to to yield to one's admonition. Admonition.
And what's an admonition? A warning. Okay, go ahead.
Or advice.
Right.
To obey, to be subject.
Yeah. And then you got the advice, and then the advice may come. The advice first of all, Yahweh Shem Yahweh is giving you advice. Okay, he's giving you should be doing this. You should be doing that. You should be doing this and that and this and that and the third. He's giving you advice. Okay? But then that advice might come to a brother to even hit you even harder with it. You better do this. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, boom, and if you don't want to do it, go ahead, brother. Now you're resisting. Y'all watch your now shot. Go ahead.
It says this word was a Greek military term meaning to arrange in a military fashion under the command of a leader.
There you go.
Submit yourselves therefore to the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. Yeah. James 4:7. Submit yourselves therefore to the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh.
Flee. And then, hey, after you resist it, it doesn't become a problem anymore. Because you're submitting yourself to Yahweh Shemel Shai's advice. Then all of a sudden it's not a problem.
Yeah.
All of a sudden that's easy now. All of a sudden you got something else in your arsenal.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
Yeah. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
Right. Cleanse your heart, ye sinners, and purify your heart, ye double-minded. So you can't be double-minded going, I'm going to go a bit with Satan, I'm going to go a bit with the Most High. No, you got to pick a side, man. Okay? So when Heavenly Father is giving you that advice to do such and such in the spirit, you're supposed to do it. Okay? And when you do that, that's when you'll be upgraded to be able to defeat Satan. And Satan gets mad when that happens. Right? I always think about that time when I was in the midst of sleep and, in the spirit realm type thing. And then basically I was wrestling with a particular demon, right? His body slamming in, his body, he kept coming back and forth, and I was like, this demon won't stop. Right? But then I heard him go into, I heard the door open, I heard him go into the living room, and I heard the TV turn on. And through the TV, I heard the demon say, you don't want to mess with me. You don't want to mess with me. Because he was mad. He was mad and that was the time that I was stepping into a spiritual state. I was like really getting in the spirit. I was getting the diet up. I was really, I might have been doing like 3 videos. You brothers remember that?
Yeah.
Like 3 videos a day. I was going crazy.
It doesn't take breaks.
I was going crazy on the
Just went live. It just went live.
Right.
Oh man.
You understand? But that's what Satan was angry. The demon was angry. And he's supposed to get angry actually. Because he can't do his job.
Yeah.
You don't want him to be happy with you.
Yeah.
You want Satan to be pleased with you?
Yeah.
You don't want Satan to be happy with you. Satan is happy with the people of this world. He's happy with Lil Wayne. Satan's favorite, one of his favorite
gremlin. Favorite gremlin.
Huh? Right.
Good rapper.
Go ahead, right?
Yep. And it says, no, that was it on that.
Well, Satan listens to Lil Wayne.
The Carter. Tucci.
Satan like that Carter 3, brother. Michael, you gotta get down with that. This is
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This new joint right here.
Go ahead.
2 Timothy 2 and verse 3. Now therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
So we have to endure the hardness that comes with it. Tribulations, the testings. Okay? In order for us to reach that next level, we have to endure it. Okay? See? Meaning to what? To be made hard. Oh, so you're becoming hard. If you pass that test, now that test is not a challenge no more. You're hardened. Okay? The apostles and elders have been hardened through years of these trials and tribulations. Right? We don't know what trials and tribulations they went through. Didn't know what they had to overcome. You know what I'm saying? To be at the point where they're at now. Okay? But the more you get through it, the more you submit, the better, the higher level you'll get to. Right. See? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
Right, that he may please him that chosen him to be a soldier. Okay? So we're supposed to please Yahweh by what? By enduring and passing these tests. We're coming down to the wire now. This is not the time to be doing silly shit, man. Okay? Brothers know what I mean when I say silly shit. It ain't the time to be doing no silly shit, man. It's the time to be on point, man. Be ye men. Okay? You know? All of us, man. Okay? I'm not exempt. Alright? From the folly of, that comes with this flesh. The nonsense. The overindulgence, the this, the that, the comfort, the BS. I'm not exempt from this, man. Okay? But the message that the theme now is brothers gotta fight, man. And don't look at the next brother, he's getting away with it. He can't get away with it for now.
Right.
What about you? Don't worry about elders you get whatever. Is your name Zaquan? When did you get that title? And by the way, you're not that particular elder, right? Because another elder might not be able to get away with that either. So you gotta really understand that this thing is an individual walk, and we have to pass these individual tests, man. Get me? It says a fire on one side, and it's only enough for one man to go through at once, man. See? Game playing, it's time to stop that, man. Yeah. I've been cursing myself out. It's time to stop the bullshit, man. Okay? It's time to get really on it, man. Pastor Art, they're going in, man. They say, you know what I mean? You should be living like a hermit. That's what your Pastor Art said. Right? I'm saying, brothers gonna do what they do, brothers gonna do certain things. But you know the limit. You know when too much is too much. Okay? You know when it's like, okay, that's all right. You know what I mean? But then there's a limit where hey, let's put the brakes down on anything, man. Eating certain things, folly, too much PP. Okay? Too much focus on women. Too much focus on the job over the work of y'all about yourself. Okay? Not being on point. You gotta get somewhere for 8, you leave at 7:55, 7:50. It's time, it's all of us, it's time to get on point, right? Okay. Go ahead, bro.
This is 2 Ezra 7.
How many videos you did this week? 2. Well, I'm going to do a lesson when I get home. Well, we're past the 3 videos, right? Okay? Hey, man, I mean, brothers going, hey, it should be 5 videos, man. Okay? Pastor Hart says every day. I mean, brothers should be on fire, man. Okay? Brothers should be on fire now, man. Hey, when you get down to the last part of the race, do you slow down? Is that the time when you slow down? I remember I seen a race like that. That guy put his hands up before he even finished the race. The next dude just pounced his ass. And his face changed, man. His countenance. Because that's not the time to celebrate. It's not the time to slow down. It's the time to go into maximum overdrive, man. Okay? According to the measure that was given unto you. According to the measure that was given unto you. Not according to the measure that's given to somebody else. Who's reading?
2 Ezra 7 and verse 6. There's also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and it's full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow.
That city represents the kingdom of heaven. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
Right, so that's the difficulty of this truth. Okay? That's the difficulty Okay? It's very difficult. Alright? It's very stressful. If you're walking in a position like that, imagine how stressful you gotta walk up and down there like this, but then there's fire and there's water on one side. You're stressed out. You're like, damn, yo. Right? So you gotta, learn to get comfortable in that position so that you can walk even more efficiently. Go ahead.
Verse 8, and only one path, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right. If he never passed the danger that's there, how is he going to receive the inheritance? You have to go through that path. Okay? And you got to be at that level that the Lord wants you to be at by the time you reach to that point. By the time you reach that. Whatever's written for you to reach at. You understand? Like I said, we're still in the flesh. There's always going to be flaws. Okay? But something in the spirit, you're supposed to be working on. Yeah, I got to do better. But you've been saying that for 5 years. Where's the progress at? Go ahead.
Hebrews 12 and 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is sat down at the right hand of the throne. So again, he endured the cross. He went through that walk. He went through the fire and the water, and he overcame. For consider him that endured such contradictions of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds.
That's it. That's it. All right? What you got, bro?
This is the book of Acts 14 and verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim.
Right. Much tribulation. Okay? Matter of fact, look at the word tribulation. All the churches. Okay, go ahead. You're going to get that next, right?
Hebrew 2 and 9. But we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of the Most High should taste death for every man.
See, Yahushua, he was on a level where his parents didn't really understand, but then, Mary eventually she understood that he was on a high level and she knew about the spiritual power. She said, yeah, okay, now I see something definitely, I don't know when she saw it, right? Because the angels told him something and they would think about it, but it's like it didn't register. You understand? So ultimately, that's why he said, I must be about my father's business. Yeah. And it said that she kept it in her heart. Yeah. I mean, it didn't really register to them what this was about. This is the Savior of the nation of Israel. This is the Son of the Most High. They don't really know what that is. She wasn't well versed in scriptures like that. Okay?
He turned 12 on that year. He turned 12, so he became a man. So a man, he was about his father's business. So then imagine them just hearing your child sing that at 12 years old. You don't really understand what that's all about.
But the point I'm making is this: is that he had the spiritual power, right? At some point, you knew that he had the spiritual power, right? And he experimented with it. He was a baby. He was a baby. Doesn't mean he was picking up things as a baby. Okay, he had to build up to a level, right? But Yahushua was such at a high level, he built up quick. That's why I said you shall be of quick understanding, right? So you got to get on a certain level to even use that spiritual power, right? A certain level of faith, a certain level of refinement, Peter and them, they didn't get that spiritual power, at a certain point because they were just on a low level. But then it was to the point Peter could touch Peter's shadow and be healed, right? That comes through faith. Right? Go ahead.
It says here, for it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings.
Made the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings, man. So go through the suffering. But like I said, you could go through sufferings and not reach the next level. You could be going through suffering, you just go through suffering. You're not reaching for another plateau, another stage, another level. So we gotta get go through sufferings, but also be climbing up the ladder so that you're gleaning what you need to glean from these sufferings. See? Go ahead.
It says
Sometimes,
here,
you know, it's just a punishment, right? But then sometimes it's to what? It's to bring you on that next level. You got something else here?
yeah, it says here, Matthew 20 and 20. It says here, then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto him, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these two my sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left, in thy kingdom. But Yahushua answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They say unto him, We are able.
You are able, right? So you got to drink that cup. You got to go through that suffering. Right? So just like us, we have to suffer with Yahushua, okay, in order to be glorified with him. Right? The scriptures say that, right? So, like that one dude, I was trying to sell the car, and something happened to the car. He said, "See, I told you." Now, you don't understand what the Bible's about. Sure, you gotta suffer to be a man of the Lord. Right? It's the only way. Okay? Because that's the only way for you to be purified. Right?
That's it.
See, but they think it's coming to Jesus and everything goes good for them. You get enough. Money comes, this comes.
Gain is
Right?
godliness.
You get a girlfriend.
Get a job.
Yeah, you get a good job too.
Fun.
If you want to follow me, bear your cross.
Yeah.
That's it.
2 Ezra 7 and 18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things. The straight is S-T-R-A-I-T. Straight things and hope for the wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, yet shall not see the wide.
That's right. That's right. That's right. There's no hope. There's no hope for them. Right? They're just suffering because of their wickedness. Right? When the Lord is suffering, He's allowing us to suffer to what? To also upgrade us. We don't get me that. We have fathers of our flesh. Go ahead. You still wanted the word tribulation? Yeah, bring that up.
Okay, this is the word tribulation in the etymology online. It says a state of affliction or oppression, suffering, distress. It says from Old French, tribulation. It says distress, trouble, affliction. To oppress, afflict. It says to press.
Look up the word distress. That sounds like stress. It sounds like stress is within that word. Okay? When you're oppressed, being stressed out. Okay?
So this is the word distress from the etymology online. It says circumstances that cause anxiety or hardship.
Okay.
It says restraint, affliction,
Is that the
narrow.
etymology?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says restraint, affliction, narrowness, distress. It says to draw apart, hinder. That's pretty much it.
And then break down the two words?
The two words, it says from this, which means apart, and then stangorate, which means draw tight, press together.
Press. Okay, gotcha. Straight. Go ahead. Which you know is a position of different position. You pretty much know that. Go ahead.
2 Timothy 3 and 12. Yeah, all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution.
That's right. That's right. And it's worse when you're suffering while you're doing righteousness. You know? Because it's like, well, when Job showed you that, you know, that Job was great distress because he's doing righteousness, but still has all kind of heaven. Right?
But also also says that it's a good thing in the sight of the Lord that you're persecuted for righteousness' sake. Because even when the apostles were beaten for the word's sake, they counted as joy.
In Hebrews 12 and I'm gonna start at verse 7. If ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Right. You got to go through their chastening, man, to be true sons of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much more rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
Yeah. We should be in subjection of the Father of spirits, which is Yahweh. Okay, so that what we can live. All right. Because what He's bringing us to life. All right. Go ahead. What you got? Okay, hold on, Mahai. What you got, bro? Go ahead.
1 Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
Fire.
Thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice insomuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right, because you want to be on his good side when he comes back. That's why when the disciples, they got beat up, right, they rejoiced. Okay? What kind of madness is that? And the disciples speaking, they get beat up and jumped and bruised up and bloody, black-eyed, bloody lips to say, because what? They said they suffered for Yahweh's sake, which shows that what? That Yahweh is doing. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the Spirit of glory and of the Most High resteth upon you. And on their parts he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other man's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Mashayakim, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the Most High on this behalf.
That's right. So you don't want to suffer as a busybody, or things that ultimately things that you to righteousness. Things that pertain to things that are off. You want to be suffering from righteousness. They start to demonize us. That's really what we're about. Honor. Okay? And pull the videos of Pastor Harlow, he said about Deuteronomy 22nd chapter. This and that. Right. Hey, that's really a work, we know the truth. Right? We know that what we're seeing is righteous. Okay? And it's like y'all watching our shots. We don't have nothing to be ashamed of what these people got to say. Okay? What you got, bro?
Luke 6 and 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil, for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven, for in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets.
Remember, when that time comes when people are being shoved from society or whatever the case may be, when people are being looked for, people are not going to want to associate with you for a certain period too, because remember when you see 19, if you didn't take that juice, they were trying to get it. You know?
This is the book of 2 Ezra 7, in verse 18. It says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wine. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wine.
We read that before. Go ahead. That's the most.
This is John 15, in verse 20. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Yeah, if they kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Right? So you got to go through that first. Read that again.
John 15 and verse
Break it down. Break it down.
Okay. John 15 and verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will persecute you also. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So even Yahweh Shai, he himself, being the only begotten of the Heavenly Father, he had to suffer straight things, man. You know, there was a particular walk that he had to go through that was tailored for him. To where that, you know, he was catching hell, man, on the earth, being in the flesh. You know? So if he went through those type of tribulations, so likewise us too, we have to go through that same path. Right? The brother read earlier how that Yahweh Shai is the author and finisher of our faith. He's basically the role model that we ought to follow. So, you know, being in this walk, there's going to be periods where the Lord is going to try you, right? And how that, like according to the lesson, the camp, is how that, you know, we have to elevate and grow and move on to the next level, man. And not be on the same level and you know, basically falling for the same traps. You know, falling for the same obstacles that Satan puts in your path, man, to try to deteriorate you from the righteous path, man. You know? That's okay.
Sirach 2 and 2, Sirach 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Yeah, when you come to serve the Lord, you have to prepare yourself for temptation. You know, that's like you may say, what do you call that? With fraternity, those fraternities, when, you know, basically.
Initiation.
The initiation. That's the initiation, man. You know? And Wisdom of Solomon says, well, wisdom's going to walk with you in crooked ways at first, man, to prove you. So the first thing when you step into this, man, is trials and tribulations.
Right, because those initiations, they put, you know, you have to complete, you know, particular tasks, things they tell you to do, to see first, you know, for them to test if you're worthy of even being initiated, right?
Even those trials, those initiations, they're usually very embarrassing.
Right.
So they'll break you down to see if you're willing to do this. That means that you're really about it. You really want it. Right. You know. So the same thing goes with wisdom.
Right.
Even us being out here in the highways and byways, it says that we're made a spectacle unto the world, and we're made fools for the world. So yes, so even that we're humbling ourselves to the Lord, and humble humiliation comes from the word humble.
That's right. And this type of shame, you know, what's considered foolishness is different from what the world, you know, from the world's perspective of shame and foolishness, man. You know, because the scriptures say what the wisdom of most high is wiser than men. You know, so the way the Lord does things is different from, you know, a carnal mindset, man. You know.
And again, it's through the foolishness of preaching that people are saved.
Yeah.
So to them, it seems like we're doing something crazy, foolish, but it's really salvation. We're proclaiming something that is even higher than they can even comprehend.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why they say they demonize what they don't understand.
Right.
You see? So going on, verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right, so, you know, you're supposed to endure and basically practice your patience, and then wait for the Lord to give you an opening to where that, you know, he gives you the solution for your problem. You know, but the main thing is practicing your patience, man. You know, because the Lord's going to put you in situations to where that, oh, it seems like there's no escape. How am I going to get out of this? But it's a matter of you being patient and also praying unto him so that, you know, he makes an opening. And sometimes the opening is not what you like. You know, the opening is, like we're going into, is by you going through those trials, man. You can't dodge basically the path that the Lord has tailored for you. You can't dodge it. You know, and you brought up the example with Jonah. He tried to dodge his calling, man. You know how you have to go preach unto Nineveh. What happened? Hey, he got swallowed up, and then, hey, you know, he got persuaded, man. You know, those nights he spent in that fish's belly, hey, he experienced the fear of the Lord. And the Lord is going to make sure you experience his fear so that, hey, you get a point, man. You know? Is that it?
This is from the Amos. It says here, so like in Romans 8 and 18, for I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Yeah,
like we read earlier with how that, you know, the righteous, they suffer straight things, and then they hope for the wide. Hey, that's basically tying into that scripture, man. You know, because the suffering that we're going through here is for a purpose. You know, it's not like the Lord is bringing hell upon you for no reason. You know, first and foremost, we were off. So we're worthy of those licks that the Lord has given us. But at the same time, He's giving those licks so that what? We may be purified. And be worthy and, you know, eventually obtain the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, which is far, like the scripture said, it's not worthy to be compared. You know? Scriptures even say how that, you know, when we're in the kingdom, it's going to be like a dream, man. That's how it's going to be like, man, a horrible nightmare. You know, and dreams, eventually you forget them, man. So we're going to forget about these sufferings, you know, at a certain point in time, man. Because what? Pleasures forevermore, we're going to be engulfed in pleasures forevermore. You know?
Psalm 16 and 11, Thou wilt shew me the path of life. In Thy presence is the fullness of joy. At Thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore.
Yeah, the Lord's right hand is pleasures forevermore, man. All the things that, you know, you could think about that's pleasurable, we're going to get to experience that in righteousness in the kingdom, man. You know, because, you know, how there's the left-hand side of things here that these people enjoy, there's the right-hand side of it too, man. You know? Certain things we truly haven't experienced the right-hand side of certain pleasures, man. But in the kingdom, well, we're going to get to experience that. To where that, even before you think of something, the Lord is going to provide it. So that's why, hey, right now, going through those hardships, man, it's necessary, man. You know?
John 10 and 10, The thief come not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But again, the Yahushua, that's his purpose. And again, as I read in Psalms, Yahushua is the right hand. So through your following Yahushua, you will have that life more abundantly. As the brother said, you will have the opportunity to enjoy everlasting life. You'll have the opportunity to enjoy your family, to enjoy your something that you build up, to see the conclusion of a thing that you establish, because you're gonna live forever. Just as Solomon understood that everything is vanity, because he doesn't live forever. He didn't live forever in that time. So whatever he built up was gonna be moved on to whoever, you know, and he didn't know what would happen to his riches, to the things that he built. But in the kingdom, we're gonna have the opportunity to see everything to the fullest, right? And that's why what we're going through right now is temporary. But the pleasures that we're about to have, the life that we're about to have in Yahushua is gonna be eternal.
Right, the scripture says, no eye hath seen, nor ear hath heard what Yahushua had prepared for his service. So, you know, we can only, really, you can't even imagine. You can't imagine that. You know, certain things that the Lord has tailor-made for you, man. You know, your tailor-made woman, tailor-made, yo. There's certain things about yourself that you don't know that you're going to know about in the kingdom, man. About certain foods that you like, you know, particular material of clothing that you like. So, hey, once again, that's why right now going through these things, it's necessary, man. You know, like I was trying to go through it, us too.
This is the book of First Corinthians 4, and I'll start out verse 9. It says, For I think that the Most High has set forth the apostles last, as they were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. And you know, currently right now, we're being made fools for Hamashiach's sake, which is Yahushua. You know, like we're going into, like this thing that we're doing right here, man. These people, they see me as something that they're wasting their time. You know, what are you doing? Get a life. Do something better with your life, man. Right? But in the eyes of the Lord, this is beautiful, man. You know? Here it is representing our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. Which, all these people, whatever they got going on right now, man, the Lord doesn't value that. You know, them chasing their career or whatever that they're doing, the Lord doesn't value it. The only thing that the Lord values is you sacrificing your time, your energy, and basically serving Him, man. So at the end of the day,
You know, these people's opinion, it shouldn't matter to you, man. The only validation you should seek is that of Yahweh Shai, man. Which is going to come through the brothers, you know, angels, whatnot. That's the only validation that we seek, man. You know?
So this is Galatians 1, verse verse 10. Galatians 1 and verse 10. But do I now persuade men or the Most High? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be a servant of Yahweh Shai.
Right, we're not here to please men. We're not here to, you know, do backflips and tricks and try to, you know, appease you in a sense. Of course, you know, whoever presents themselves that they want to ask questions, we're going to, you know, try to relate with them. But at the end of the day, it's not to where that we're trying to, you know, seek their opinion, seek their validation. That's what Apostle Paul said, man. You know, we're just simply here to preach the word, man. You know, like scriptures say, you know, preach it to the wind. And then whoever's meant to hear it, they're going to hear it, and then, hey, they're going to gravitate and say, oh, hey, I like this, man. You know? But at the end of the day, we're not here to shove it down your throat and try to, you know, seek your approval, man. You know, that's not what the men of the Lord are about.
That's right. And again, it says, am I there to please man? Because again, man can't save you. Only Yahweh Shai can save you. So you're not looking, because at the end, Yahweh Shai, the power is given unto him. He's the one that's going to say, okay, he's going to give the stamp, saying, okay, he's good, he's not good. So he's the one, Yahweh Shai is the one that you're supposed to seek to impress. You know?
Well, if the Lord closed their mind, how can you open it?
That's it.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah. Colossians 3:1. If ye be then risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach in the Most High. So again, you seek for the things that are above. You know, be not conformed to the ways of the world, but become transformed by the renewing of your mind. Seeking doing what is pleasing unto the Lord, obeying and treating your neighbor as yourself. See?
Yep, that's right. Treating your neighbor as yourself, okay, and also, you know, working on the internal things you need to work on, man, to be better, man. Okay, you should be on a way higher level than the average individual, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really, you could take a page out of Esau's book in certain things, because Esau does certain things with more wisdom than Jacob. You know what I mean? The way Esau deals with money and certain things, not every Edomite, obviously, but I'm talking about there's certain Edomites that's like, yeah, okay, you know, Esau moves and it's like there's a good amount of them that move in a particular way with certain things, you know.
They have a particular structure.
Yeah, well, even the Rothschild, even David D. Rothschild, that devil, he got all that money, but he'll live out in the wilderness. He'll go out in the wilderness, man. Right? He knows how to build plastic boats out of plastic. You know, he taught himself certain skills. You know, how many Jakes know how to start a fire? Okay, how many Jakes know? You know what I'm saying? How to do certain things that are like really basic human knowledge, right? Right? All Esau's a man in the field, but hold on, we're coming to the time where we're gonna have to be living like we're in the field, man. All right. So these skills are good. You know, like I told the brother Zakar a couple years ago, you know, we need to go to this particular place I saw that's like a survival school thing, and it's going to go into different things, you know, like maybe the resins that it's in the reserve, you know what I'm saying? You remember when I don't know if you remember when I told you that, but you know, it's in the reserve and shit like that. So that I'm still trying to go there too, because who knows what you can learn from that. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, maybe I'll go next week, because these are certain things that, you know, you got Edomites that that live out in the country. They know these things, right? Us as the sons of the Most High, we don't know how to manipulate the elements in particular ways, and know what resins can heal and you can use for certain things. And, you know, to know it well.
Hunting, like cleaning the animal. You know, let's say you're
Fishing, simple as that.
fishing, you know, you're in the woods.
Some brothers don't never
cleaning,
fish.
cleaning the even cleaning the fish.
Yeah, you gotta take out.
Yep.
We're starting a fire, bro.
Yep.
End up like Gollum eating the fish raw.
You know, it's not like a movie whenever they show you, they caught the fish and all of a sudden the next scene is starting barbecue. You know, they didn't show you the process, but they actually
Right.
took the knife and they took the scales off, open it, take out the insides, and then you know they washed it and put it on the stick. You know, it's not just you take the fish and then you cook it. You know, you might get food poisoning and then you know you wake up the next day and you're like, oh shit, what's going on? You know, now you're lost. They're looking for you with the helicopter, you know, lost in the field. But I was gonna say too, because scriptures say how that you know the children of this world are wiser than the children of light.
Exactly.
So you know Esau has certain things that you know to where that they're better than Jake at certain things. You know, not saying that they're better people. It's just that the wisdom that they have right now far exceeds that of Jake. Because Jake is just stupid. The only thing Jake is wise at is wickedness. You know how to roll a blunt or you know some wickedness.
But that all goes back to how Jake was raised in this society. It all goes back to the society, right?
I mean, I know like the brother was going into, you know, an example, you know, because I went on a bike ride, you know, I took a particular trail, and I noticed that a lot of Edomites bike, you know, they actually bike, and it's not just for a short distance, but it's a long distance, man. And I didn't see any Jakes, it was just me, you know, it was just me, so I was like, wait, you know, and then I looked up, I was looking at some of the bikes that they were riding on, and those are like $2,000, $3,000, $1,000 bikes, man. And I'm like, yo, you know, so they're investing in, Edomites are investing in their health. Absolutely. And I was thinking, I'm like, yo, but Jake would spend $1,000 on a pair of shoes, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But then Edomite will invest that in a bike.
Yep.
Something that's beneficial to him and beneficial to his health. But if Jake would spend $1,000 on shoes, you know, something that's not, it's not a worthless investment, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep. That's right.
That shows you that the children of this world are wiser than the children of light.
In their generation.
In their generation.
This is
man.
their time. This is their time. Okay, so the Lord kind of built them up because they were, you know, when they were in that time of the caveman, right, going back to the dark ages, they weren't wise. Okay, the scriptures say they were children of fools, children of thieves. They were on a very low level at that time, but the Lord kind of raised them up. Okay,
And gave them some knowledge.
you got something else?
I have the precept.
Okay, brother, do something.
Luke 16 and verse 8.
Precepts to keep flowing.
And the
Go ahead.
Lord commanded the unjust steward, saying, because he had done wisely, for the children of this world are in their generation.
No, well, you know what? Read that whole parable, because that is wisdom, man. How to deal with people, and how to build relationships and stuff like that, man. You know, that's wisdom, bro. I studied those things, man. I done met so much people. That I stepped out of my comfort zone. I was able to. That's why, you know, I'm able to talk to people. Brothers say, "Oh, you can talk." Well, I don't. I could. Because a lot of times I don't feel like it. You know, I don't like to do that, but I know how to. I can. You know what I'm saying? To the point where Esau, you think you know some. Oh, I'll get your drinks. Don't worry, I'll buy your drinks for you. You understand what I'm saying to you? Oh, the tab is paid. Esau dealing with me like brothers deal with each other. So, right? Because you know, that's all part of wisdom too. That's all part of skill and wisdom too, to know how to do those things.
If I'm not mistaken, there's a precept where it says how that you know wisdom it gives you like the basically the I'm gonna put in my own words. Basically, you know, the art of conversation in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, the subtlety of speech. I think it's like
Something
along.
That sounds familiar.
Subtlety of speech.
If you can find it, that'd be beautiful.
Yeah, I'll try to find it.
Oh, so let's find it and speak what we're saying.
But basically, that's what the brother's going into. Because, you know, even with us, you know, the Lord grooming us to be kings in the world to come, we have to have these skills of where you can conversate with people, man. You know, especially when we live in a world where a lot of people are introverts, they don't interact. You know, like the brother said, part of your interaction is you getting out of your comfort zone. And you know, you get to try out, you know, certain gifts like reading spirits.
Yep.
You know, reading spirits also having conversation with people too, to pick up their mind and see, oh, well, what's the guy about? You know, what's his mind like? Ask questions. You know, you can't just be bottled up in a corner and you know, not talk to these people. Yeah, we have certain pockets like that, but
when the Lord puts an opportunity in your face to where that you exercise that gift, hey, exercise it.
Right. And the Lord could have somebody, being basically gravitate to you as well, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, us being in this truth, it's harder to connect with the world too. So it's more of an uphill battle. But we understand, if you have the wisdom, you understand that that it can be important in certain instances, right? Because a big part of connecting with people is smiling. That's a big part, the beginning of the interaction.
Yeah.
Right? And you say something that's complimentary to them. Compliment. That's a good way to connect with someone. I mean, the first thing.
Right.
Okay?
Like an invitation.
That's the first thing. They get a good, and then you make them feel important. That's another thing. See, there's some things that I've been. I don't even really use that all the time. I use it once in a blue, but these are things that you learn in that psychology. Because a lot of people are they're self-centered too, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to use that to your advantage and wield it. It's not every single person you got to do that with. See somebody that's no benefit you, it's like you do what you do. You know what I mean? If you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. Right? But then there's certain instances where you should be using that, and to really get that skill, you got to practice it too. And you need to. How you gonna get the skill if you don't talk to people and really use the skill? Right?
Why is this a serpent?
What you got, bro?
Sirach 4 and verse 24, for by 23, and refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty.
Wisdom in their beauty, man. Right? And you got to know how to bring. You got to know how to bring out this wisdom to these people, man. It's a skill. That's a skill set, right? Learning how to
Surface level.
have your speech seasoned with salt. What are you saying?
Keeping it surface, not going too deep. Not drowning them with the knowledge. Not scaring them off, because you bring them too close to the light, man. They might drown, man. They might burn, So you gotta be, a piecemeal, a little by only to the point where they know, okay, he knows something. It's different,
You got to gauge who you can give what dose to.
Exactly, yeah.
This is Luke 16 and verse 1. And he said also unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man which had a steward, and the same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods. And he called them and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no longer a steward.
A steward is a I looked that up. I never looked that up before. It goes into economy. The word is like economy, but he's like a
keeper of the house.
Someone that keeps the house, that deals with the affairs, the business. Go ahead.
It says, I have the definition.
Okay, bring the definition.
Google says, steward, a person who looks after the passengers on a ship, aircraft, or train and brings them meals. A person responsible for supplies of food to a college, club, or institution.
Right, the supplies of food. Yeah, he's responsible for his things. Right?
An official appointed to supervise arrangements or keep order at a large public event. For example, a sporting event.
He was in charge of the debts.
Yeah.
Of the different debts that that the people that owe particular money and stuff like that. That's what this particular store was responsible for, because he said it.
I got another definition.
Okay. And what was the word?
Steward.
On Google.
Oh.
Steward.
It said steward in the ancient world.
The Greek word.
Steward in the ancient world, the person who was given the responsibility and authority to rule over the affairs of the household.
Yep. That's it. So he was in a high position under the master, or the ruler, or whoever.
Yeah. There's another one.
Okay, go ahead.
The word Miriam. It says.
Someone should go to the blue letter and get that actual word. Go ahead.
It says here, one employed in a household or estate to manage domestic concerns, such as the supervision of servants, collections of rent, and keeping of accounts.
Keeping of accounts, collections of rent. Yep.
A fiscal agent, One who actively directs affairs, manager.
That's it. All right, so that's it on that?
Yeah.
You got the one in blue letter? No?
No.
Okay, I wanted the word. I think it's like economia.
Okay. See? It says the word steward in the Greek, oikonomias.
Economias, right. That goes into economy. Okay, it goes into the economy. Go ahead.
It says, verse 3, then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig, to beg I am ashamed. I am resolved what to do, that when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me into their houses. So he called every one of his lords debtors unto him, and said unto the first, how much owest thou unto my Lord? And he said, 100 measure of oil. And he said unto him, take thy bill and sit down quickly and write 50. Then said he to another, and how much owest thou?
Get me this in a
And he
GMT.
said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him,
Hold it
take
there,
thy bill and write
and then
four
hold
score.
the GMT somewhere up.
And the Lord commanded the unjust steward, because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light.
The children of this world are wiser in their generation than the children of light. You understand what I'm saying? So, because what? He said, listen, I'm going to be put out, so let me make friends now. Before I'm put out, while I'm in this position. Right? So he did that.
He's trying to build a good report with the master's
So it's all about building good rapport. You've got these relationships. It's about building good rapport. Okay? The difficult part about it is keeping the relationship going.
Yeah.
That they want to BS and texting and calling, all kind of BS. Right? That's the tedious thing for the men of the Lord. But it's part of the straight gate too, right? It's part of, wisdom, the fetters of wisdom. Right? If that's gonna be useful to you, the Lord will keep it going. If He really wants you to have that, the Lord will help you to keep it going. Go ahead.
I was going to say too, because even look at it this way, within you can say that like the noble class of E, or people that's in high status within the society, whenever they want to make certain let's say business moves or whatnot, and then they always keep their how do I say this, their business partners close, in the sense whenever they always throw parties.
Right,
And then, they invite, whoever they want to, get in bed with or whatnot, get in contact with, they invite them, and then, they come and say, oh, you too, that's why vast majority of their parties held up to where that, business moves to be made.
Right, and that invitation is like that
So
bond,
read 31.
I keep that bond at bay, like, he's important.
If I start at 30, read 30.
Yeah, I acknowledge you, I recognize
31 in this one, and then go to
And if you're not invited, they take great
Yeah,
offense.
it's an offense, yeah.
Like, oh, you threw a party, you didn't invite me. I mean, that's an offense.
Right.
That business deal you might have with them might just be cut off right there, man, based upon you not inviting him to your party.
Right. So read that.
Yeah. Sirach 3 and 30. Water will quench a flaming fire, and alms make
Well,
it.
the scriptures speak about the tongue, right? That could either create a spark, right? So what you say could also be water, right? To put out that spark and that fire, right? So that's why it says a soft answer turneth away wrath. What?
And alms making an atonement for sins, and he that requireth good turns is mindful of that which may come hereafter.
Right. So he's thinking about the future. Now go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now
Go to GM.
And when he falleth, he shall find a stay.
When he falls, he shall find a stay. Go.
Yeah.
Go ahead to the GNT. You can pass.
GMT says here, Sirach 3 and 30, giving to the poor can make up for sins, just as water can put out a blazing fire. Anyone who responds to others with acts of kindness is thinking of the future.
Is thinking of the future. Okay, go ahead.
Because he will find help if he ever falls on hard times.
That's it. That's why it's good to even with mammon, to even do certain acts of kindness. That's wisdom right there. because then what? There's do something, right? So go ahead.
Let's see.
What you got?
I got the piece I was talking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is what's pertaining to Solomon, but I'm gonna read it. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7.
Like I was doing laundry, right? Yesterday, and then in the building you gotta pay. It's expensive, man. It's like two something, you know, each spin or whatever, $100 something, $2 something for each spin, and the washer then the dryer. So that's expensive as hell, right? So, you know, so I had the things in there, so I was gonna go downstairs to go get my clothes. My clothes was already in the dryer, and someone already paid for it to be spins. I'm trying to find out who did this. And there was a woman in there. Did she do that? You know, so I was trying to find out. You know, I want to pay them money, and I said, I was about to give them my number, say you can call me if you ever need anything. That's the spirit that was in, because like that's a real kind thing that they did, right? That's a real kind thing, and no average person doesn't do that in this type of society, right? So that came to mind. This you know, the scripture with the steward, and this particular scripture when I read it, it made me think about it. I said, yo, see, because even the spirit that I was in, if you go to any type of decent person, it's gonna make them want to do things like, oh, I was so nice, you know, I'm gonna do something for that individual. You understand? Go ahead. And that was late. That was like $2 and something. Call me if you need anything, you know? It was like, come on, man, you know. But it was just, and I didn't find out who it was, you know. But it's just something like that, you know. Go ahead.
Galatians 6:9, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
Yeah, especially to those that are of the household of faith. Because you know, if you do something to a brother's gonna be like, yo, man, I gotta get that brother back or whatever, you know what I'm saying? In his spirit, you know, whether he can at the moment or not, but in his spirit he's gonna want to do it. Go ahead.
That's it on that.
Okay. Got something?
Finish off on the parable.
Okay, go ahead.
Luke 16 and verse 9, it says, and say unto you,
because you got scummy people in the earth, you could do it. Sometimes it's gonna be thankless a lot of times because you got a lot of scummy people.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead, bro. Well, Pastor Howard speaks about the story about him, how he tried to help this one Jake, and then whenever he tells the story, I get mad, you know. And like he changed the tire, he did everything and he could pass.
Yeah.
And then he barely wanted to say thank you. I want to, you know, go back in time and find.
Yeah, I got it.
What is it, Sarah?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that? Emergency?
No, that's,
Good.
if it's the one he's talking about.
Yeah. Sirach 12:1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefit. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. If not from him, yet from the Most High.
Right. First and foremost, that's why I said especially they of the household. Let's say you can't do it with other people, but especially they of the household. That's the main people, right? And then if you see someone that's just a grimy ninja, you F them. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Sirach 29, and I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, an honest man is surety for his neighbor, but he that is impudent will forsake him. Forget not the friendship of that surety, for he has given his life for thee. A sinner will overthrow the good estate of his surety.
Stand.
You know, like that word surety goes into someone that covers someone's debt. You know, someone that takes on another person's debt. You know, in other words, you can also tie that in with someone that helps you with a particular thing. You know, like the brother mentioned, the other part of the heart.
That's a major.
That's you know, like if you know, someone steps in to help you with, you know, your car broken down and a tire. Don't overthrow that, man. You know, it says, forget not the friendship of that surety, for he had given his life for thee. A sinner will overthrow the good estate of his surety, and he that is of an unthankful mind will leave him in danger that delivered him. Shit.
So again, as it says, if you don't know to whom you're doing it good, if you're helping out a sinner, and let's say now he might even forsake you in the time where you need help. You know, What is it to me, man? You know.
Yeah.
But you help him out with the car situation. Your car breaks. His car broke down. You got up out of bed. You came. You helped him. Now your car breaks down. You won't return your calls.
Man, that was 6 months ago. Whatever.
Yeah,
You
moved
did
on.
it. It was 6 months ago. That's it.
I wouldn't have done it. So, yeah. Yeah.
Good,
Statutes of limitation.
Yeah. Oh, 6 months ago. Yeah.
Good, man.
That was it on that.
Okay.
Going back to Luke 16 and verse 9.
Yes, sir? Are you posing? Okay, go.
I found the precept.
Okay, go ahead.
Luke 16 and verse 9. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of mammon, of unrighteousness, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations.
Feel me? What? You come into hard times, you know you got it. Right? Go ahead.
Like yeah. I forget that comedian that said I make myself I have a lot of white friends. I don't have black friends because if you call a black friend and let's say you're in a situation, you got arrested by the police, your black friend is gonna show up and ask you more questions than the police. But if your white friend shows up, he'll come. He'll tell him, he'll get you out of there real quick. He'll pay the bill real quick, and then he'll cuss out the police for you. You know.
Dave Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle. Yeah, I think it was him. Yeah. You know, so again, like friend of mammons, they have resources. They'll help you out if you fall, man. If you're really tight with an Edomite, Edomite, he can get you out of situations that maybe a Jake, you can't do it, man.
Or Elamite or a Japhite.
Yeah,
There's other nations in the earth.
You see? A friend of mammon, man, he'll get you out of anything. Yeah. You see?
Push might help you.
Oh, Cat Williams. Yeah, it was Cat Williams. Yeah.
It didn't sound like a Dave Chappelle joke to me.
Yeah,
It didn't sound like a
I
Dave Chappelle joke.
Yeah, Cat Williams.
Brothers is all confirming it. Oh, Dave Chappelle. It was in that IUIC spirit, man.
Oh man. Throw it.
Yeah, that don't sound like a Dave Chappelle joke to me, right?
Cat Williams boy.
Yeah, it don't sound like a Dave
I
Chappelle
think I
joke.
remember him with the hair, the slip.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You got voice too, you know?
Yeah.
There's more? Verse 19.
And I'm not even sure it's Cat Williams.
Go ahead. Pretty sure. Go ahead. We'll confirm. To be confirmed.
It says, verse 10, he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. He that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? And if ye have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own?
That's it. So you gotta really, you can't, just don't be like a ninja. Let's put it that way. Just don't be like a ninja.
Being a nigga.
Don't be like a ninja.
Do better.
Do better, man. Do better. What you got? Yes or no?
Last verse, verse 13. No servant can serve two masters, for either you will hate the one and love the other, or else you will hold to the one and despise the other.
Yes.
You cannot serve the Most High Mammon.
Yeah, you can't serve the Most High, man. You can only serve one. All right?
Hey, what is that?
All right? These are the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see yourself on that sign there? On the right-hand side? In other words, where's your father from?
My father,
Yeah.
East Africa from Rwanda.
From Rwanda?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, I don't know. Hey, you could either you're a Hamite or either you're an Israelite. I don't know. Or you could be some other nation. I don't know yet. You gotta try your spirit. What's that book you got? Oh, that's the Laws of Power? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yo, I don't know about all that, but I know that the people from my tribe,
Yeah. What about them?
like, we descend from the Egyptian and we descend from the Jew. Like, we have a lot of stuff in common.
Okay. But how do you descend from both? You're saying there's some people within your tribe that descend from the Jews and the Egyptians? Because you can only descend from one, right? So why do you say they descend from the Egyptians? Why do you say that?
Because you know the first pharaoh they were black, right?
Absolutely.
Like you, me, them.
Right, but well, that's the thing. There's different types of black, right? There's Thor, thank you. There's different types of black.
Okay, so explain.
There's, in other words, there's different nations. Like for example, you got people of the Aborigines. You know the Aborigines?
Yeah.
They got afros. They look like so-called black people, but then some of them have straight hair and whatever. But they're of the same race.
Okay.
They're not the same race as us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're Israelites, right? So you got certain people in Africa. You got that are actually descend from Hamites.
Yeah,
you know, you
the
got
Falasha Jew from Ethiopia.
right. The Cushites, those are Hamites, right? Which are the Ethiopians, the Cushites, the Somalians. Those are Hamites for the most part.
Okay, yeah.
You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
You
My
know?
bad. I'm a Hamite. Yeah.
You maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
okay, yeah, but the way that you explain that, and the way that we talk about people from Ethiopia, Jew, Falasha, all this kind of stuff, me, I know that my people, basically, like, I don't know to say that in English, like, the people from my tribe, the Tutsi, they are, I don't know to say that in English.
Who was killing who? Was it the Tutsi or the Tutsis were killing the who?
The Hutu were killing the Tutsi.
Ah, okay.
Okay, yeah, so I know that the people from our tribe, like, I don't know how to say that in English, mais on est un peuple d'éleveurs. Like, we follow...
Éleveurs, c'est tape? Non. Avec les boutons, tout ça.
Les vaches, tout ça.
C'est des shepherds. They're shepherds. See?
Yeah.
So guess what? Just that alone, you may be Israelites. Because I always said that the ones that was getting the Tutsis, the ones that was getting killed, I always said that they, well, not just me, but other brothers were saying they could be one of our people.
Well,
I don't know. Let me ask you something.
Well, me, I'm not into this kind of stuff,
I know, but
I know that my people, they're from Ethiopia and they may be affiliated with the Jew
I want to ask
community.
you something. Why you say they might be affiliated with the Jew?
No, like, okay, like, yo, honestly, like, to be honest, like, I know that the people from our tribe, like, basically, we arrived from Rwanda, from the corn of Africa, from Ethiopia, because we are a tribe of éleveurs.
Shepherds. Yeah.
Exactly.
Berger.
Exactly. Thanks, bro. Yeah, so we are a tribe of shepherd.
Right.
Okay, so basically, we from the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia, and we moved from Ethiopia to Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, Burundi, Rwanda, and the east of Congo.
So you migrated there.
Exactly. So when you go to Congo and the east of Congo,
where
they have all this mess with the cobalt,
right.
the blood diamonds, they have a lot of Tutsi that live there. But basically, they're from Ethiopia.
Okay, I'm saying this. I'm saying it sounded like you could be Israelites because we migrated to the Western Africa. See, like Nigeria, the majority of Nigerians, Congolese, the majority of the people in Niger, Sierra Leone, so on and so forth, Gabon, different places, they migrated there. They didn't originally live there. They migrated into there. Mm-hmm. Okay, and there was always a problem between them and the Hamites.
Right.
Okay, there was always a problem. They always had issues. All right, because they knew that these were Israelites. That's why I tell you there's different types of black people. Okay, and they don't come from the same line.
Now, but at the end, we're all the same.
No, that's not true. That's not true. But Hutu, that's what you were taught, but that's not true. The Hutu, right? What do you know about them? What makes you different from them? I just want to ask you something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
What makes you different from them?
Okay, yeah. So,
or the Tutsi different from them?
Okay, yeah. So basically, the Tutsi, they are Hamite, okay, and French.
Go ahead and pass.
Okay, yeah. So and French, we call that Nilotic.
Okay.
Nilotic Hamite is the same thing.
Okay.
But the Hutu, they are like Bantu people.
They're Bantu.
Yeah, Bantu.
So they're Israelites. So hold on now. Are you saying they came from the Bantus?
Okay, yeah. So the Tutsi.
See now, who was? But you're saying that the Tutsi, the Hutu was killing the Tutsi.
Yes.
Or was it? I remember in the movie, it was the Tutsi killing the.
No, bro. That was the Hutu that.
Okay.
That was killing the Tutsi.
Okay, you're right.
So
okay, maybe you're
basically,
right. I believe you. You would know.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the Hutu, they are Bantu people. Okay. They are a tribe of I don't know how to say that in English. Agriculture.
Yeah.
Okay. Farmers. Okay. So
Look up the Bantu. Look up the Bantu
Yeah.
real quick. Look up the Bantu people, because I believe the Bantu is also in South Africa.
Bantus were known as Jakes, Israelites.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but, yeah. So Hutu, so Hutu, they are Bantu people. Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah. Yeah. So Hutu, they are Bantu people. And
Okay.
they are a tribe of agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
What other differences do you know? But hold on, before you do that, you found anything on that? And show
Okay.
me there should be a difference between
okay.
not a dog shall not move his tongue.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So the difference is that, okay, when the white people, especially the German, came to the kingdom of Rwanda, that was Burundi and Rwanda, they see three types of people, okay? The Tutsi, the Hutu, and the Twa. So Tutsi, we are a people.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yes, read that. Yeah.
Just real quick, because it said that the Tutsi are a Bantu-speaking ethnic group. So you have Tutsi that are Bantus too.
Yeah.
That's how you meant.
No, he said the Hutu were Bantu.
Oh,
But he's the same. But Zakar found something that said the Tutsi also spoke Bantu.
Yeah,
Okay, so what
Bantu
about?
speaking.
But look up Hutu. Look up what the Hutu are. And also, you got what I for? Read that. Read that first. Hold on, let's read the scripture. Go ahead, read that.
Exodus
But come on this
11.
side, brother. Come on this side, brother.
Exodus 11:7.
Yeah.
And it says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doeth put a difference
There's a difference. Go ahead.
between the Egyptians and Israel.
There's a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites, although they were both dark people. That's why Moses was able to pretend to be the son, or pass to be as the son of Pharaoh.
Okay, when he was playing mind game, yeah.
You know, it wasn't playing mind game. He was basically, they were killing all the Hebrew male children at one point, and his mother put him in the river, and the daughter of Pharaoh adopted him.
Oh yeah, I remember in the
Yes.
Disney
Right.
movie.
Right. So if he was a white guy, you think they would not be able to tell the difference from Pharaoh? Of course. Exactly. Of course. So that showed you that the Israelites were so-called black. Now, there's a difference. Now, the Egyptians, which their original name is Montezarian, okay, right? Which they would say Mizraim, but it's Montezarian. They are Hamites. They're different from us. There's a big difference between us and the Hamites, okay? Now, that's what we're trying to figure out. Are you of a Hamite lineage, or at least, let's say, the majority of the Bantu? Because you've got a mixture, obviously, because they're in that region where Hamites are.
Yeah,
So there's a mixture.
I'm Congolese one, so my mother, she's Bantu, she's from the motherland.
Okay.
But my father is a real Tutsi. When you see him, he look like somebody that look like Ethiopian, like somebody that look like maybe a little bit Arabish, but he's a black dude, he's a nigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah,
You said that he was Congo. You said he was Congo. Where is he from? Who was Congo? You said someone was Congo.
Okay, so my mother, she's from Congo.
Okay.
Okay.
And your father is from where?
Okay, so my father, like I told you, like
There's an Arabic root to it.
he's a Congolese.
Yeah.
That was Tutsi, because my people, like, we live in Congo like since many centuries, like 4, 5, 6 centuries. But him is a real Tutsi. When you see him, he look like somebody from West Africa, from Ethiopia, and some people like maybe they think he's a little bit Arabic.
Okay, I think the Ethiopians look different from the West. That's why I'm getting confused. They look different from the West Africans. That's why I'm confused when you're saying he's Congolese. Right? But okay, his father was what? What was his father?
Tutsi.
His father was Tutsi. So
Yeah.
where's the Congolese? Were they the Tutsis that moved from Congo?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. That was it on that? What you got there? Are you found something on that?
Real quick, it says here,
can't find no information on that? I lost that. Damn, bro. What you got, Mahai? You got something on that? Okay. All right. Well, we don't know. Maybe
Yo, guys,
you
honestly,
could be an Israelite. You know, you better hope you're Israelite. You know.
Yeah, it says here, according to Phage 2013, the Tutsi are serologically related to Bantu and Nilotic populations.
I told you like Nalutic, yeah. But the language it's speaking and stuff like that.
Which Bantu were Israelites and shit, but whatever the Hutu. That's what I'm trying to find about the Hutu. I just spell Hutu. H-U-T-U.
Yeah.
H-U-T-U.
But guys, like honestly, like nice to talk to you.
No problem. You take it.
Read. Yeah, but I'm gonna catch it up. Yo, peace, brethren. Alright, see you next time, guys.
What you got? I want to see something on the Hutu, right? Before we close, I'm going to try to see something on the Hutu, right? Huh? I just want to see information on the Hutu. Who are the Hutu people?
Hutu, a member of a Bantu-speaking people.
So Hutu are also Bantu. That's what I'm trying to find out. So they're saying that both of them are Bantu speaking.
So
Okay. Huh?
That's what he said.
That's what he said. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like,
They said that one was speaking Bantu. One was.
he said that they were actually Bantu. So I got to do research. Huh?
It says, forming the majority population in Rwanda and Burundi, they are traditionally a farming people and were historically dominated by the Tutsi people. The antagonism between the peoples led in 1994 to a large-scale ethnic violence, especially in Rwanda.
So it's in.
Yeah, we're saying that the Tutsi were oppressing they were dominating. They were dominating. They were dominating the Hutu.
Right.
Tutsi were dominating.
Oppressing, dominating. So we got to do some more research. But who knows? I don't know. He had a particular look in his eyes that gave me. I don't know if he was a Hamite. No, I'm serious. I didn't know. The look was kind of bugged out. Was a Hamite? I don't know, man. Maybe the Hamitic demon jumped on him. But anyways, with that,
I saw the book. I saw his eyes after.
so huh? Huh? Wow, that's terrible, man. Anyways, with that, we're gonna close it. We're gonna give all praises, glory, and honor. The honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. C'est bon. Okay, c'est bon, c'est bon. All right, so with that, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Hashem El Shai. Shema,
Yahweh, Yahweh,
That's right.